Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am recording this intro a little bit late. I forgot to film one for this video. This is from a different video. This video is going to go live next week, but in today's video, I'm going to be doing 25 things I learned before I turned 25, and I'm also going to be doing a makeup look using the Tartelette in Bloom, if I can get it open. Tartelette in Bloom eyeshadow palette. Looks like this. Smells delicious, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Anyway, I'm doing a smoky eye makeup look using this palette. This is not a new palette, this has been around for a while, brand new to me, which is why I'm doing it now. This video is gonna be a part of the Makeup and More series. Again, I'm gonna be discussing 25 things I learned before I turned 25. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Starting off at number 25. Number 25 is to read helpful books. Now, I have never been a reader. I was not a reader growing up. It took me a long time to actually be able to calm myself enough to sit down and just do nothing but read. My mind is constantly on, so it's very hard for me to do that sometimes, but I found that reading books about things I actually enjoy learning about is super helpful. I'll even leave some of my current favorites in the description box below. Number 24 is figure out one small thing you enjoy doing and do it every day. Number 23 is talk to your friends or someone close to you that you enjoy talking to often. I've found that talking to my friends often really helps to boost my mood. Number 23 is to identify and acknowledge your triggers. We definitely all have things that trigger us, and I've found that it's so helpful for me to be able to know exactly what mine are so that when they come up, I know exactly how to deal with them. Number 21 is to ask for help when you need it. Now, this is something that is still very hard for me to do. I think it's the only child thing, but I found that when I do ask for help, I feel so much less stressed, and I just feel a sense of relief because I know there are people who love me and care about me who will be able to help me. Number 20 is to form a healthy relationship with food. And what I mean by this is it's good to eat healthy, but it is okay if you slip up every now and then and have a cake or something. Sometimes I'm a little too hard on myself when it comes to eating healthy because for the most part I do eat pretty healthy, and I try to be pretty disciplined when it comes to eating good and eating bad because I want to train my body to like the healthy things. But I also know that my body does so much for me, and sometimes it just wants that little bit of sugar, and that's okay. Number 19 is spend time outside. I never actually knew how much I enjoyed the outdoors until I went outdoors more often. No, but in all seriousness, I actually have been spending a lot more time outside, and it drastically improves my mood when I'm outside for a period of the day. I'm just taking a little bit of micellar water on a little pad right here, and I'm gonna clean up underneath my eye. And then gonna apply some lashes. Number 18 is figure out your favorite form of exercise and do it often. Number 17 is travel, see new places, and discover other people's way of living. I think it's very interesting and informative to see other people's way of life and how they live. And depending on where you visit, it can make you very thankful for what you have instead of what you don't have. Number 16 is make sure to keep your friends even when you get into a relationship. There's nothing worse than forgetting about your friends when you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Number 15 is invest in your skin. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to spend hundreds of dollars a month, but start small. Make sure to wash your face, make sure to wear sunscreen, make sure to exfoliate, all those things. I promise you, your older self will thank you. Number 14, there are 3 things that you should keep private: your love life, your income, and your next move. Number 13 is to declutter often. I cannot tell you how much better I feel when I clean out my closet or get rid of stuff that I don't wear anymore or get rid of things I don't need. It makes me feel so good and so organized. Number 12 is actually a quote I like, but it's don't knock it till you try it. I feel like there have been so many things, especially in my early 20s, where I've tried and I didn't think that I would like them, to think that they work, whatever it is. But there have been so many things that I actually have tried and given a chance, and it's oh, not so bad. For example, one of those things, if you guys follow me on Instagram, is wake surfing. I have been trying that recently, and if you know me at all, you would probably assume that she just doesn't do that, right? Because I'm not a sports person. I'm I should watch it. not play it, not do it, right? That's just more my style. But I met some friends who do it and they do it quite often, and so we go out on the weekends and I actually tried it and I was like, I mean, I'm terrible, but it's so fun. I am getting better, so that's good. Number 11 is just because you want to be in a relationship does not mean that you are ready for one. I think honestly, plain and simple, sometimes you're just not there. I've learned that it's much better when you are able to 100% commit yourself to somebody else because you want to be able to show up for them and you want to be the best version of yourself that you can be in that relationship. Number 10 is spend time by yourself. Now, this doesn't always come super easy for everyone. It comes very easy for me because that's just what I prefer. But I promise you, it's so worthwhile to just practice being by yourself sometimes. My best ideas come from when I am by myself, when I'm able to spend some time in my day and just be completely alone with my own thoughts. Just having that peace is so helpful for me. And I would highly recommend, again, if you're not used to doing that, get used to doing that. Number 9 is learn the 5 love languages. If you're not familiar, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, receiving gifts, quality time, acts of service, and physical touch. I highly, highly, highly recommend to Google those, research them, learn more about them, and figure out how you can apply them into your own relationships. That is by far one of the best things I have learned before I turned 25. Okay, we're really getting into the good ones here, so make sure you're taking notes. Number 8 is don't date potential. What I mean by this is don't date somebody who you think can become what you want. You have to learn to date their reality. Dating potential is like dating somebody who may or may not show up for you at some point. And take it from me, you don't want to do that and you don't want to waste your time. So don't date potential. Number 7 is not all passions need to be turned into careers. Sometimes, honestly, it's okay just to have hobbies. I think when there's no added pressure of like, how do I make money doing this? And how can I quit my job and make this my career? You almost enjoy that thing a little bit more. And you know what? Down the road, if that thing that you're doing as a hobby right now does turn into something cool, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like some things, just take time to enjoy them instead of like thinking 10 steps ahead. Number 6 is to be open to learning and understanding somebody else's communication style. I've learned over the years that people can communicate so differently. And learning how to best communicate and like get through to that person is the best thing you'll be able to do for that relationship. Number 5 is to keep your romantic relationship private. I found that especially in like a new budding relationship that the less people involved, the better it is, mainly because your relationship is yours. It's between you and that person only. And the more people you involve, the more opinions you have to deal with or dodge if that person is like coming at you from a different point of view and they don't agree with you. There's just so much less pressure and more opportunity for you to grow close to your partner. Number 4 is when someone needs you to listen, just listen. Don't bring your own problems into the conversation. Sometimes your friend just wants to talk and say what's on his or her mind, what's going on, what they feel, and they just need to vent. Because in friendship and relationships like that, you have to learn sometimes to not make it about yourself. Sometimes it's just about being there for that other person. Number 3 is it's best to give advice only when you are asked for it. Because again, kind of going back to the one I just mentioned, sometimes people just want you to listen. They don't necessarily want you to fix their problems. If they want your advice and they care about what your opinion is, I promise you they will ask you. Number 2 is to have a monthly financial plan and a savings account. It is especially helpful when something like the coronavirus strikes and you don't want to be left with like, oh crap, what do I do? I wish that I took saving money more seriously when I was younger, not because I'm totally screwed now, but I just think it would have been so much more helpful to me if I would have learned that a long time ago. Okay, we are completely done with the makeup look and we are at number 1 finally. So number 1, and this is the most important thing I have learned before I turned 25, and that is to figure out who is in your box. Now, listen carefully to what I'm about to describe. I read a book once called How to Stop Feeling Like Shit by Andrea Owen. I'll link it in the description box below so that you guys can read this book also because it's so good. But in this book, she talked about a box, okay? A box. And in that box are the names of people who care about you whether you succeed or you fail. And those people are also the people's opinions who you care about. So think of it this way. Most of us, I shouldn't say most, but I would venture to say most, really care about what other people think. I'm one of them. I struggle with that very, very much so that's what kept me from doing YouTube for a long time, because I was like, I'm gonna put myself out on the internet. I don't know what people are gonna say. People are so mean. I don't know if you know, but they're so mean on the internet. And that really scared me. And for the longest time, and even still sometimes now, I'll be honest, that's what makes me hesitant about doing this kind of stuff, is because I am like, what are people gonna say? You know, and like, am I gonna be judged? Of course I am. Of course I'm gonna be judged. Of course somebody watching this video is like, yikes, you know, like they might not even like me. And you know what? That's life. I'm learning and I'm training myself to accept the fact that like not everybody is gonna love me, not everybody is gonna like what I do, not everybody is even gonna like what I say. There may be even something in this video that I've said that you don't agree with and you're like, nope, she's wrong. But the point of this box and what it really made me think about was whose opinions do I care about the most? Like who do I want to be proud of me? There are 3 people in my box, 3. Out of every single person I know, out of all of my friends, out of all of my family, when I really sat down to think about it, it was 3 people. Those 3 people I know have my absolute best interest and they are going to help me. And it's their opinions and their feedback that matters to me. There are a lot of people in my life, but truth be told, it's not gonna kill me or crush me if not every single one of those people agrees with what I have to say, thinks what I'm doing is the right thing, thinks that I'm making the right decisions, and so on. So figuring out who is in your box comes in at number 1. And that is it for this week's video. We have finally made it to the end. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the topic today, and I hope that you guys enjoy this makeup look. I'm gonna be sure to, of course, link all of the products that I used in the description box below in case you wanna check them out and buy them for yourself. And of course, don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. As always, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!